So it is currently 29th of December and I've literally just come to Starbucks for something to do because there's nothing to do. Honestly, remember when I came here in like May? Just for something to do, and now it's almost January and I'm coming back here just for something to do. Like, that is ridiculous. My hair appointment was meant to be today, so don't look at my roots. I did do my nails a bit different. Probably don't look at them because of my hands. My hands are disgusting. You don't do that. I comprised a list of things that I don't like just because, I don't know, I was just in one of those moods. I kind of thought I would just share it because this year's already been like an absolute train wreck as it is, so I may as well get this off my chest now, and then 2021 will just be like completely positive vibes. Alicia, I think I'm looking at your ex-boyfriend right now, but he's not noticed me. Interesting. Number 1, Corona. Okay. Number 2, sweet and savoury things mixed. Now this is probably quite like an unpopular one. To me, sweet and savoury shouldn't be combined. Peanut butter on toast, it's not okay. Nutella on toast, it's not okay. Like, I don't know who thought of that and thought it was nice. This dislike of mine goes a lot deeper than just like Nutella on toast. To me, a pancake is kind of a savoury dish. Like, a pancake, I know it's sweet, like I know the dough is sweet, but like to me kind of resembles a bread, and bread is savoury, so then pancakes are savoury. I'm not saying I wouldn't eat pancakes, I would, but I just wouldn't necessarily like enjoy every bite. To me, it makes complete sense when people dip chicken nuggets in milkshake. Number 3, big animals. I'm talking Titanoboa, Megalodon. I literally cannot tell you how much they keep me awake at night. I know they're meant to be extinct, but are they actually extinct though? The fact that they did exist freaks me out in itself, even if they still don't exist now. Like, the fact that was a thing, they found like teeth, like vertebrae, do you know what I mean? Number 4, I don't like that I'm not good at maths. Now, I got my Nat 5 maths, I did fine my Nat 5 maths, but that was it. Like, that was the furthest I could push myself, and that was like, I had to work every single night to try and memorise all the past paper questions to be able to even like do well in that exam. All the high paid jobs are in maths, IT, accounting, finance, all that. Maths, seemingly people just have an easier life. I do wish I was good at maths. That is something I'm actually like quite annoyed about, because I do think it's kind of genetic whether your brain works in that way or not. People might disagree, that's fine, you can completely disagree with me. Number 5, the smell of aeroplane food. It is ghastly. Those like inhaler things that you use when you've got a cold that you stick up your nose, I used to have to take them on airplanes just when the food came out. I think Sarah's quite similar. On the way back from New York, genuinely had her head stuck in a bag of M&Ms, just like inhale it, do you know what I mean, when the food came out. I don't know why that's a thing. Another thing similar to that is airplane takeoffs. Fear. Like, just the fear. Number 6, the fact my Spotify Wrapped wasn't representative of my listenings. They definitely got the first one right, T Swift always, but the fact that like my 4th and 5th listened to artists were Miley Cyrus and Katy Perry. Love them, but then you go on my top 100 playlist for the whole year, there's genuinely 1 Miley and 1 Katy song on it, and there's about 6 Sam Fender. If you're gonna do it, then do it right. Number 7, labels on the back of my clothes. This is a general lifelong one. I always cut labels on the back of my clothes off. They itch me, they itch my skin. I don't even have sensitive skin, but I cannot stand it. Labels on anything. It could be the softest label, I will still cut it off. Also, those labels that are just printed onto the back that once they've gone through the washer go jaggedy. Why? The amount of times I've made holes in my clothes because I've cut those labels off. Number 8, massive one, injections. I can't do it. Piercings I can do, it's not needles that are the problem. Injections or getting blood taken, I can't. Kind of similar to that, number 9, holes. That thing where you're scared of holes, I have that. It makes me feel physically sick. I had a dream basically when I think I was in like 4th year, and it was something to do with like honey and like bees going on people's faces, and then I was like, oh my god, the holes in that video, like I can't stand it. And then someone told me about this thing and was like, oh, you've got that thing, and I do. Number 10, any type of fake fruit, as in like jam. I know jam is real fruit, but let's not be funny here, it's kind of not, is it? Or hot fruit. Fruit, it shouldn't be hot, it's served cold, you get it in the fridge, so why are we then putting it in like pie? Hot fruit shouldn't be a thing. Any sort of like fruit preservative shouldn't be a thing. Strawberry ice cream is another one, that's like creamy fake fruit. Number 11, when people pretend to have not seen you in public, like, you know when you see someone and maybe they've clocked you before you clocked them, and you're like looking at them and you're waiting so that they can make eyes, so that you can make eyes, and just be like, hi, but people just purposefully like look over you, like say like you're a person, and I'm like, why? What's the point in that? Like, is it not easier to just be like hi and move on with your life than pretend to have not seen someone? Number 12, gardening. I don't like it. It was my mum's lockdown activity in lockdown, which is like fair enough, but I don't want to be involved in it. Okay, it's a never ending task. No matter if you pull out a weed, it's gonna go back. Grass is always gonna need cut. Number 13, rude bouncers at clubs or bars. What kind of power trip are they on? Like, the amount of times that I've gone into a club and literally before I've even handed over my ID, they're like, 3 forms. Okay, one who carries about 3 forms of ID, like I'll try, but if you don't have a student card, you're a bit scuppered there. The amount of times I've taken my ID and just started having a conversation with the other bouncer friend, and I'm just standing like, I understand that you're gonna have to deal with a bunch of really drunk, awful people. There's no need to be on this massive power trip about it. Number 14, I don't like that I'm not competitive. I would love to play in a team sport. I'm not saying I'm not a driven person. Being competitive and being driven to me is very different. In terms of sport, I feel like it's the easiest way to put it. If I'm playing in a team, I just don't care whether we win or lose. I think it's just because I'm not a massive sporty person, to be honest. Number 15, Star Wars. I think it's overrated. I really wish I liked it, but I just don't. Number 16, driving. I know I'm literally in the car right now. I don't enjoy driving. I do it because I have to. I feel like it is a key skill to have. If you're in need of a quick getaway, like someone's chasing after you and you get in a car and you're that person that can't drive the car, that's really embarrassing, really embarrassing. Number 17, being short. It's a real inconvenience to my life. There's nothing good about it to me. I can't reach stuff in shops. Clothes don't fit right. I need to get all my jeans from the petite section. Like, to me, it's just a bit of a joke. Okay, my height and my shoe size have been pretty much the exact same since I was about 12, so that's really inconvenient. Number 18, job applications. Why are they so dull? Tell me a time where you've been reliable. Tell me a time where you've had to work as a team. They're all the same and they're so dull. That tells you nothing about me. Number 19, when you like a name. I don't really know what it means to like a name because I don't really want kids. It's not like I'm going to use these names for my kids or anything, but when you like a name and then you meet someone with that name and it ruins the name for you, I feel like everyone knows what I mean by that. It's just like, do you know what I mean? And number 20, this is the last one. These got, I feel like, more progressively boring as this went on. The thought of living in the middle of nowhere, like the thought of living in a house which has nothing around you for like a mile radius, like it's just pure land, that makes me feel really uncomfortable. It makes me kind of like want to gag a bit. Anyway, I kind of feel like I've got that off my chest. 2021, like I really hope everyone has a fantastic new year. 2021 will be better. Don't like quote me on that because I don't know. Oh, mushrooms, actually. Don't like mushrooms either.